call from
Kent Hovind.
an inmate at the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. This call will be recorded and monitored. Your advance pay account balance is $52.79. For customer assistance, billing inquiries, or to block future calls, dial 1-877-650-4249. To hear the cost of this call, press 8 now. To accept this call, press 5 now. This call is subject to monitoring and recording. Do not use three-way or call waiting features during this call. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Okay, I got Hagman's number, and did they have a good time to call him?
Not at the moment. Sheila said she's been trying to call Doug, too.
Okay. All right, well, my first reaction to the attorney question is I don't think there's time, and I don't think it's needed. I think if they'll simply let me tell the whole truth and let Paul tell the whole truth, I think the jury will see it.
I hope so. I hope so.
It'd be a lot of money, and we'd get the same result, I think, because the bar license attorney is still bound to the court.
It's just that a lot of people get bamboozled by the aura of the fancy courtroom and the judge all dressed in her black flowing robe and all of the prosecutors in their fancy language, and they read from all these documents and they have fingerprints. It's just I got to trust in the Lord, right? I got to have more. I got to have more faith that the Lord's going to use this, and you're going to have victory, and the Lord will have victory, and the Lord will get the glory. But I just want to prepare for the fact that I know what the evil people do and how they act, seeing it firsthand, and I'm very concerned about the way they try to spin things.
I understand. I am too, and that's why they win 99% of their cases.
Right. But we'll keep. There are some people. Coach Dave Daubenmire is one of them, and our pastor Eric Philpott, who are pursuing this attorney thing. I'll mention the Jerry Behringer to maybe to reach out to him as well and see if he has any recommendation. But ultimately, everything has to have your approval. So I've kind of stayed away from the whole legal aspect because we were focusing on making noise and shining light. But there are some people that would like to see you, have Thomas Keith, like an improved. I don't mean to badmouth Thomas Keith, but just have a attorney with fire in the belly that understands the importance of this case and wants you to get out and is willing to go toe to toe with the people on the other side of the room. So.
Yeah, I was okay with him. I agree about the fire in the belly and the lousy PowerPoint, and that he didn't have. He's done it for 30 years. He's really good.
Yeah.
I'm still praying the judge will simply say, just drop. She already granted the motion to let the trial go ahead, though, for May 18th.
Well, according to that letter that my wife read earlier, I guess, yeah.
Sheila said that Jay's organization cannot get a go-ahead from Kent's lawyer to help.
Jay Sekulow?
Jay Sekulow.
Oh, that's a different status than we had before. We have an email from them saying they looked at the case and they declined it. So if they're saying that they tried to reach out to Kent's lawyer, that's much different than what we heard before.
Yeah, that is different.
It may be a cover story because they're getting so many phone calls.
Right.
Got to look good.
I know they're getting a lot of phone calls. I know that as for a fact.
Yeah.
Well, do they take criminal cases? Would they take it? If so, I would take them over Keith any day.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to, as the week goes on, we'll reach out to the, I think it's ACLJ, American Center for Law and Justice. We'll reach out to them again and
yes.
and make sure we got that story straight. So.
Yeah, and
of course the cover story is, this is not about religious persecution. Well, that was the same story with Jesus. It was taxes every time.
Right. This structuring thing it's so absurd, right? It's absolutely absurd what's happened to you, and I know you know that, but it's like it's so absurd. It's hard to explain to people because they just don't believe it.
Well, this is a golden opportunity for people in Congress to repeal that stupid law.
Yeah.
Congress created this club I heard somebody played, I think it was Racer X played something that was on the radio yesterday or something about the IRS just in Philadelphia seized 1,000 houses and a bunch of bank accounts over this structuring thing.
Yeah.
Right.
He put it into a video. It was really good.
Yeah, he put up a video about an hour ago. It's really, really good about explaining this, and I hope people pay attention and learn, from that video.
Well, send it to everybody, including Casey Rogers.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, amen. That's a good idea.
Understand. First of all, I think the structuring law is stupid. Okay. Secondly, to let them seize property, to let them seize the structured money is even more stupid when there's no drugs involved. So somebody does structure their transactions to avoid it being reported. Okay. That means you should be allowed to seize it?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then to substitute property for the money, and then to substitute church property for the money. And then for the judge to decide what is and is not a church. Whoa, is that a can of worms? We're going to let a federal judge decide what is and is not a church?
No, absolutely not.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Jay Sekulow needs to get involved. I met him at an airport once. He's only like 5 foot tall. He's a fireball. He'd be great if he could and would. If he'll do it pro bono, that's what many people donate money to their organization just for causes like this. It shouldn't cost a thing.
Right.
If he'll do it and can do it, yes, we should let him take over for Thomas Keith. Thomas Keith cannot work with anybody else. It's against the rules. He's a public defender, so it's him or nothing.
Yeah.
He can't assist anybody else. He'll give them all the paperwork and bring them up to speed.
Right.
Yes, I would be thrilled if Jay or his... So you put the heat on him and say, here's your chance. This is indeed religious persecution.
Yep. Well, we'll put that at the top of our list as the week goes on to reach out to aclj.org and make sure that we get a clear statement from them and make sure they know about the video that Racer X just put together, that this is religious persecution. It's a clear-cut case of religious persecution, and we'll see what they say.
Yeah, Sheila just said Jay can't step in without permission from Kent and Kent's lawyer.
Well, that could be a cover story.
I know,
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay, if I don't want him to come back like Rutherford did and said, well, we can't do criminal cases.
Right.
First, I don't know that that's true, but this is crazy. This is insane. Yes, it shouldn't be a criminal case.
No.
But
Yeah.
it is. So B, let's see. Okay, if you can do a criminal case, yes, come on down.
Yeah.
If you do it for free, we will get him more publicity than he can dream.
Yeah. Amen. Even if it's an issue of the money, I don't even think the money would stop us. I mean, we'll come up with, somehow we would raise, I don't know what kind of money he would ask for, but I'm sure we could come up with something if that was indeed the case, so.
Yeah, Sheila says she's left lots of messages for your lawyer and
because people already donate to ACLJ just for purposes like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could ask him, Jay, would you like 1,000 phone calls asking you to take this case, or for 2,000 or 5,000 phone calls?
I think he's got that, actually. I really do.
I've already gotten it. Now, he is a fireball, and he wins.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll keep pressing that one then.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the videos that Racer X has been doing has been just wildly popular. The debates with I can't think of his name now, Richard Dawkins and also Bill Nye. Those are great. Those are wonderful. I think those will go down in history. Those are really good stuff. I can't wait for you to debate them in real life, but for now, it's very, very good.
Okay. Sheila said she's going to speak to Jay tomorrow again, and she'll tape her call and send it to us to play for you. And also, I wanted to ask you if I can mail you 2 pages out of a newspaper. It's the American Free Press. Will they let that through? A newspaper?
I don't know. They sure seem to pick on me in the mailroom here. They don't pick on other people like they do me, and I don't understand it. If you photocopy them and it's a piece of paper, then there's no problem. But they might have a rule against newspaper. I don't know.
Okay, well maybe I'll just pull the 1 page out. I'll pull one page out to mail it to you.
I just photocopy it onto a couple pieces of paper.
Yeah, we can do that. Hey,
For laugh, I can tape it back.
Okay. Did you?
It's bizarre that the enforcement of the silly rules just like come on.
No kidding.
Policies. I know you said you're tired of that word, policy. Did you get the bookmark pages? The bookmark pages that we sent earlier, did those come out okay?
Yes. They are a little fuzzy because they're copies of something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm using them. They're working great. I got them all. Thank you.
Okay. I'll try to. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Very good.
Why don't you just email my son Eric or my wife Joe and say, would you please send him? He's out.
Okay. I'll make sure. I'll probably send that through Ernie. That's a very good idea.
They're real crystal clear when they come because they're first generation copies.
Yeah, gotcha.
I got yours and I've used a bunch of them this week and the guys love them. But
Okay.
they're a little kind of
A little fuzzy.
blurred,
Okay.
I guess is the right word.
Okay.
Sheila just asked, who is the one person who Kent's lawyer will talk to? Because he won't return her calls.
Me. He's the only one. I'm the only one he's allowed to talk to.
Okay, I'll just say just Kent. Yep.
So if Jay Sekulow says, yes, I can do criminal cases, ask Jay to spend an hour and go through all the stuff that's already up online, all the documents on 2 Peter 3, look it over, see what the issues are, listen to the phone calls, whatever, and say, well, this is a no-brainer. A kindergartner should be able to win this case.
Amen.
There is no crime.
Yeah.
Amen.
I didn't disobey any court order. I certainly didn't do anything deliberately.
Yeah.
It's a pushover. This case is.
Well, it's your first offense, right? Isn't there like you're supposed to get cut some slack if it's your first offense? I mean,
What about 3 strikes?
I don't know. That's only if you're going to go to prison for life. I don't know how that all works.
yeah.
They're spending more money.
First time either.
They're spending more money on the persecution than they would on collecting whatever they wanted. So stupid. Can't they do math?
Well, I guess I'm a big fish. I guess I don't understand why. It blows my mind. What did I do?
Well, we're not going to give up.
It would be wonderful. Yeah, I would want Jay. I would want to sit and talk with him for a long time first. I'd say, Jay, I want you to ask me these questions, and I want you to keep them off my back so I can answer the questions, even if it takes 3 days. I want to answer these questions and tell the whole truth. Real simple.
Amen. Well, we'll pursue that this week, and we're never going to give up. I mean, as far as making light and making noise and shining light. So we'll call Jay Sekulow, and we'll call his organization. And sounds like Sheila has a contact with him as well. So we'll continue to pursue it, and the Lord will get the glory, and we'll just see what the Lord has in store. But this thing isn't going away by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, many things can happen. Paul's motions for jurisdictional challenge can work. There's a fella that Paul knows that's really good with common law. Have you talked to Ernie about that?
Well, yeah, there's many people that have this common law specialized knowledge, and they all have like...
It's not us.
It's not us, yeah.
We're the noisy people.
Okay, well, there's a guy named Carl something that's a friend of Paul Hansen's that wins nearly all of his cases. He comes in and gets stuff straightened out based on common law. So that can stop this whole thing from even happening. That would be ideal. So pray for that.
Yeah.
I don't understand it all, but Paul does, and Ernie does. You can talk to Ernie about that. We can go to trial and win. We can lose at trial and go to appeal and win. If Jay Sekulow takes it, I think the first thing they should do, what every lawyer does, is try to get some of the counts thrown out, because it looks to the jury when there's 6 counts like, oh, wow, they must be guilty of something.
Right.
But if it's only 1 count, it's the shotgun effect
Right.
that the government counts on.
Is there 6?
No, there's just 3 now.
This call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
Well, 3 for me and 3 for Paul, but they're alternate, so it looks like there's 4.
Oh, right.
They over.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I've only been on 1 cruise with my wife, and I'm ready for it. Get me out of here.
We're never gonna give up, and we're gonna get louder and noisier than ever, and we're gonna keep praying, and it's only gonna get. We're ready and we're refreshed, and just rest assured we're gonna continue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let everybody know about the May 18th date, because that's news to me. So spread that around the loop ASAP to get folks praying.
Okay.
Will do.
Okay. God bless you, Pastor Hovind. We're gonna pray and continue. God bless.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Pastor Kent Hovind, round 2, and it's just going to get noisier and shinier and lighter, and I would hate to be a wicked person in the middle of this railroad track as this steamroller comes down the train track.